everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kiara and I own a crochet business, and I just like to make videos about my business and help others build a crochet business. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering some frequently asked questions about my crochet business. I just combined the questions I get asked the most on all my social medias and here on YouTube. So I have 8 questions and I will do my best to answer them as detailed as possible. So the first question, I probably get this one the most, is how long have you been crocheting? So I've been crocheting for about 10 years. I say about 10 years because I started crocheting when I was a kid, so I don't really remember exactly how old I was, but I was pretty young and my mom showed me like the basics and she showed me how to make a scarf. And then I just learned the rest on YouTube and with trial and error by myself. But I'm just assuming it's about 10 years. It could be a little bit off, but I think that's pretty accurate. The next question is, how long have you been selling your crochet? So I didn't start selling right away. I crocheted just for myself for a while because the things I made were not pretty at first. That's probably the case with a lot of people. And I was gifting my items to friends and family, and then I started selling about 6 years ago. The next question kind of goes with the previous question, is how did you start selling? So I actually started selling by posting some of my work on Facebook Marketplace, and I started by doing custom orders. So I would post pictures of my work and say these are available, but I also take custom orders. My first ever order that wasn't from a friend or family member, it was a custom order, and that is why my business name is Crochet Customs, because I started with custom orders. Even though I don't do custom orders anymore, I still decide to keep the name because it just means a lot to me that is how I started my business and it brought me to where I am today. My next question is, do you do this full time? Yes, I do this full time currently. I just started doing this full time not that long ago, and I am so happy that I finally get to do this full time. It has been my dream for a while and it's finally happening. I'm so happy about it. It definitely wasn't easy. It still isn't easy, but I'm so happy that I get to do what I love full time. So I sell online and in person at markets and things like that, and I just have different income sources from my business, like YouTube, markets, craft shows, selling online, my patterns, all that. So that's how I can do this full time and I love it. The next question is, how do you find markets or events to sell at? So this can really be different and depending on your area, but what I do is I check on Facebook in the events tab and I just scroll through the local ones, see if there's any events that take vendors like crafters, things like that. And I also check on the website of my city to see the events that are upcoming, things like that. So I just check on Facebook. Facebook is a really good source for that. I'm also in a local group that is for the whole province, and they post upcoming events that they are looking for vendors. So I scroll through that group a lot, and on the events tab on Facebook, I just do a lot of research really, and sometimes I talk to other vendors locally and then they share that they have an event at a certain time at a certain place, and then we share events like that. The next question, I actually get this one a lot, is where do you find all your patterns? So I really do everything freehand. I don't really use patterns because I'm pretty much self-taught, so I didn't use patterns. I just made everything up as I went. So I was never really into using patterns because I was like, why would I use a pattern if I can just make it myself, like without using a pattern? So I freehand all of my stuff, and then when enough people ask for the pattern of a certain thing, I write it out and I get it tested and everything, and I put it up for sale for you guys. So I do have a decent amount of patterns available. They will be in the links in the description. They're on my Etsy and on my coffee shop. So definitely check those out if you like the stuff that I make and want to make your own. The next question is, what is your favorite yarn? So my favorite yarn definitely has to be the Mainstays brand, Cozy Chenille yarn, or I think that's what it's called. But it's the Mainstays brand and it's sold by Walmart, so you can find it in store at Walmart or online. I usually buy it online because that's where they have more color options. But I love that yarn. It's literally almost the same thing as Bernat Blanket. It feels the same, so soft, and it is much more affordable. So that's definitely my favorite yarn. They don't have all the color options that Bernat Blanket has, so that's the only thing I don't like about it. But I think they are coming out with more colors as people buy it more often because it's more affordable. So that's definitely my favorite yarn. Now, the last question for this video is, where can I buy your plushies or patterns? So all my patterns are on my Etsy shop that you can find in the description. I don't have my plushies on there because the market on Etsy is so saturated with crochet plushies, so I just don't really do that well selling my plushies on there. But I do have them on my coffee shop, and that link is also in the description. So if you don't crochet and you can't make your own but you want to buy a plushie, those are in my coffee shop, so definitely check those out. And all my patterns are also on my coffee shop too. They're the same price as on my Etsy, so it's really up to you to where you want to purchase the pattern. But my patterns are available on Etsy and my coffee shop, and my plushies are only available on my coffee shop and also in person at markets or craft shows if you are local. So that's it for all the questions that I have gathered. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment them down below, and I could always do another video like this if I get enough new questions. I would be happy to. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support me, please check out my coffee shop. The link is in the description for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!